Chapter 15, Advertising, Publicity, and Sales Promotion. In this presentation and lecture, you're going to understand why a marketing manager sets specific objectives to guide the advertising effort, when the various tasks of advertising are needed, how to choose the best medium, the main ways that advertising on the internet differs from advertising in other media, how to plan the best message, that is the copy thrust, what advertising agencies do, how to advertise legally, the importance of and different types of publicity, the importance and nature of sales promotion, the advantages and limitations of different types of sales promotion, and many important new terms. So this is the final lecture regarding the importance of promotion. Two other lectures were on this topic, which is one of the 4 P's of the marketing mix. The promotion part of the marketing mix involves telling customers that the right product is available at the right price and at the right place. Mass selling, advertising and sales promotion plays a central role in the promotion blend for many firms, especially in consumer markets. Marketing managers must make specific advertising strategy decisions to guide the work done by the firm and/or its advertising agency. Similarly, sales promotion objectives must be clear. So this lecture we're going to consider advertising spending and advertising strategy decisions, including how they are affected by laws, and then we'll focus on the challenges of managing different types of sales promotion. The marketing manager should be very specific about the target audience the company is trying to reach. Advertising campaigns can appeal to very specific groups of people through careful selection of words, images, and symbols. Marketers must provide advertisers with accurate target market information. So we will discuss advertising spending, advertising strategy decisions, advertising and the law, publicity and communications, sales promotion decisions. The basic strategy planning decisions for advertising and sales promotion are the same throughout the world, but the look and feel of advertising and sales promotion vary considerably from country to country. Literacy rates, which the availability of commercial television, language barriers, the availability of internet access, and cultural, social, or behavioral influences may all affect the specific advertising strategy decisions that marketers make. One important international dimension is that some countries, such as Austria, do not allow comparative advertising, ads in which a firm names its competition. So in this ad, which showcases NESCAFÉ's CLASICO, a leading coffee brand is targeted at the Latinos in the U.S. It contains cafecito, which is similar to and familiar to Latino consumers. Sales promotion may also differ across countries. There may be no room for end-of-aisle displays in stores, difficulty in distributing free samples or coupons, prohibitions against sweepstakes. Countries outside the U.S. may present a much different promotional environment. The total spending on advertising is big and growing internationally. As a country's economy develops, advertising expenditures increase. By 2010, United States advertising spending was more than $200 billion. Total spending on advertising seems large, but advertising only accounts for a small percentage of what people pay for goods and services. Advertising in the United States accounts for about 35% of worldwide ad spending. However, as highlighted in the exhibit, the percentage spent on advertising by producers varies across product categories. Most advertisers aren't really spending that much. So this chart shows advertising expenditures as a percentage of sales for different types of retailers. Some types of retailers spend more on advertising as a percentage of sales than do other types. Total advertising expenditures are large, but the industry is not very big in terms of the number of people employed in advertising. In the U.S., only about 462,000 people work directly in advertising. Only about half of these people work for advertising agencies. Advertising objectives should be specific. They should be related to the overall marketing strategy and to the promotion jobs assigned to advertising. The marketing manager sets the overall direction for the advertising campaign, and it may incorporate one or more of the following types of objectives. Position brands. Advertising can communicate product benefits to position the brand relative to others in the mind of the consumer. Introduce new products. Advertising can make target markets aware of new products and their benefits. Marketing managers can specify the percentage of the market that should be aware of the product after a certain period of time. Obtain outlets. Advertising tells customers where they can buy the product and may help encourage merchants to carry it. Provide ongoing contact. Advertising can be a virtual salesperson, reminding customers about the product and keeping in touch with them. Prepare the way for salespeople. Advertising may serve to prime the pump in advance of a sales call. Salespeople can then reference the ad in their presentations. Maintain relationships. Advertising can help maintain relationships with satisfied customers and confirm their original purchase decision. Build trusting relationships. Advertising can help build more trusting relationship with customers. A commercial is most effective when its objective is specific. Got to obtain outlets, provide ongoing contact, prepare the way for salespeople, get immediate attention, and maintain relationships. The more specific the advertising objective is, the more guidance it provides in getting specific results in the marketplace. In other words, if you want half the market, say so, and be specific about it. Often marketing managers want to move customers along toward a purchase decision. Advertising objectives may be based on where target customers are in the adoption process. Key objectives are also guide implementation of an advertising plan. The type of advertising that works for one stage of the adoption process may not work as well for other stages. So to generate awareness, pioneering ads and advertising jingles or slogans are among the popular methods. Creating interest may result from the use of image-based ads, celebrity endorsements, or product demonstrations, among other methods. Competitive ads featuring persuasive content or comparative ads are among the methods used to stimulate evaluation and trial among consumers. In order to motivate consumers to make a purchase decision, direct response ads, point of purchase ads, and advertising containing price deals are all helpful. Finally, after a consumer makes a decision to purchase a product or service, reminder ads and informative ads help consumers to confirm and justify their purchases and reduce post-purchase dissonance. Producers sometimes want advertising efforts to be handled further down the channel. Retailers may depend upon producers to provide support for their local advertising efforts. Advertising allowances are price reductions to firms in the channel that encourage channel members to promote the product. Cooperative advertising involves producers sharing in ad costs with wholesalers or retailers. This practice helps the producer to get more promotion for the advertising dollar, and it helps the intermediaries to compete locally. Ethical concerns may arise in these cooperative relationships. Retailers may abuse advertising allowances or cooperative advertising. Advertising objectives largely determine which of two basic types of advertising to use: product or institutional. Institutional advertising tries to promote the organization's image, reputation, or ideas. It supports the overall objective of developing goodwill or improving an organization's relations with various important groups. Product advertising tries to sell a product and can be targeted to channel members or final consumers. Product ads are designed to get consumers to know, like, and remember an organization's products or services. Key types of product advertising include pioneering, competitive, and reminder advertising. Each of these are going to be discussed shortly. Pioneering advertising tries to develop primary demand for a product category rather than demand for a specific product. It is important and appropriate for the early stages in a product's life cycle when consumers still need to understand what the product category is all about. Competitive advertising tries to develop selective demand for a specific brand. There are three types of competitive advertising. The direct type aims for immediate buying action. The indirect type points out product advantages to affect future buying decisions. And finally, comparative advertising makes specific brand comparisons using actual product names. Reminder advertising keeps the company's name before the public. Competitive advertising tries to develop selective demand for a specific product or brand. Competitive ads become more important as competition increases and as a product moves into maturity. Competitive advertising, there is a direct type, is one that aims for immediate buying action. The indirect type points out product advantages to consider in future buying decisions. Comparative advertising goes head-to-head with competitive products by making specific brand comparisons. Even though comparative ads are common in the U.S., they are still banned in some other countries. Here we see Suave Professional's Humectant Conditioner, stating that Suave Professional's Humectant Conditioner replenishes moisture just as well as Nexus Humectress. The product is compared on the basis of price. A key thing to remember in planning comparative ads is that the claims made about products should be supported by research. There may also be drawbacks to comparative ads if they are confusing to consumers or if they focus on small, insignificant differences between products. Reminder advertising tries to keep the product's name before the public. It is useful for supporting successful products well into the market maturity and sales decline stages of the product life cycle. Here, M&M's is a well-known brand with a 69-year history. M&M's are candies produced by Mars Incorporated. Aside from all the types of product advertising described so far, other major kind of advertising is institutional advertising. It usually focuses on the name and prestige of an organization or industry. It may seek to inform, persuade, or remind. Companies sometimes use institutional advertising to connect the various divisions of a large company in the consumer's mind, present the company in a favorable light, or advocate causes and ideas. The purpose of this is to show how different kinds of advertising may be executed. Pioneering, competitive, reminder, institutional. So let's check our knowledge. A television ad for Target encourages consumers to go to their nearest Target store for a big end of season sale coming up in 2 weeks. This type of advertising is direct competitive. Competitive advertising tries to develop selective demand for a specific brand by encouraging consumers to go to their nearest Target store for a large sale in 2 weeks. This ad is stressing an immediate buying action, which is a direct type of competitive advertising. Now, one could argue that the ad here is an institutional ad because it's for the whole Target chain, but because it attempts to develop selective demand for Target and encourages an immediate within 2 weeks purchase, the best choice is a direct competitive. Let's do another one. Community Bank sends an advertisement via direct mail to several thousand customers, quoting special low financing rates on new vehicles for a limited time only. The ad names some other financial institutions and shows their respective loan rates. Community Bank promises to beat any rate offered for a comparable term. So this type of advertising is comparative. The Community Bank ad makes specific comparisons with other banks. And this type of advertising is best described as comparative advertising. There's no simple answer to which is the best advertising medium. So choosing an advertising medium depends on the organization's promotion objectives, the characteristics of the target market, the funds available for advertising, the nature of the media, who is reached, with what frequency, with what impact, and at what cost. Before choosing the medium, the marketer must have specific promotion objectives. Some media are better than others at delivering a specific objective. The marketer must match the market with the media, specify the characteristics of the target market in order to select media that they hear, read, or see. So most major media do research to develop audience profiles. Profiles should include segmenting dimensions besides demographics. Marketers should do their best to select media that attract a high percentage of the desired target market. Advertisers pay for the whole audience the media delivers. Ad exposure to non-targeted consumers is wasteful. Some media help zero in on the specific target markets. So here we see the comparison of the characteristics of several types of media. Note how their advantages and disadvantages vary. Television provides a way to demonstrate products and is a good medium for getting attention. Television offers wide reach and cable can be selected. Disadvantages include expense, competition, among lots of ads is clutter. Direct mail is very flexible, can be personalized, and is very selective. Disadvantages include expense per contract, junk mail image, and the difficulty retaining attention. Newspapers offer flexibility, timely placement, and good local market coverage. Some disadvantages are expense for some markets, short life, and no pass-along readership. Radio offers wide reach, low cost, and it appeals to highly segmented audiences. Disadvantages include weak attention, short exposure, and varying rates. So this chart shows the characteristics also. Yellow pages reach local customers who are seeking purchase information. However, competitors are also listed there and differentiation is difficult. Magazines are very targeted, provide good detail and excellent graphics, have high pass-along rates and long shelf life. Disadvantages include inflexibility and long lead times. Internet ads link to more detailed website information, some with pay for results, others offers to the advertiser, but it's difficult to compare total costs with other types of media. Outdoor advertising is flexible, inexpensive, and offers repeat exposures. However, exposure is very short and there is a lack of market segmentation. Cinema has a younger appeal. Most major media are now becoming more targeted to reach smaller, more defined target markets. Specialized media are small but gaining. Examples include advertising on shopping carts, gasoline pumps, bike racks, and automatic teller machines. The more targeted the medium is, the more precisely a marketer can zero in on a particular target market. There's a call from your ad. Some firms in the UK are experimenting with ads on cell phones that target customers based on the customer's location at a particular moment. Must-buys may be used up the available funds for advertising. A must-buy is a medium that may only be the only way to reach a particular audience, or it may be such an important medium that an advertiser simply can't bypass it. So this shows the trade-offs between different types of advertising. A marketing or advertising manager needs to be able to assess the pros and cons of different advertising methods in light of the characteristics of the target audience, the advertising and promotion objectives, and the available budget. Managers try to get the greatest return they can from promotional dollars. Internet influences many purchases. 10% of consumer purchases are made online, and another 40% of purchases are influenced by what consumers see and learn online. Internet ads seek a different response. Internet ads may take forms such as buttons, banner ads, animations, and pop-ups. By clicking on choices, the viewer directs the search for more information. Some consumers don't want to respond. Many view Internet ads as annoying and use software to eliminate them. Most advertising and advertisers pay only if ads deliver. Most websites use a pay-per-click advertising model, where advertisers pay only when a customer clicks on the ad and links to the advertiser's website. Some ads know where customers have been on the web. Behavioral targeting delivers ads to consumers based on previous websites the customer has visited. Click fraud raises ethical concerns. Advertisers don't mind paying when interested customers click on their ads. Click fraud occurs when a person or software program automatically clicks on an ad without having any interest in the ad's subject. Here we see in planning the message that the key decision is specifying the copy thrust. what the words and illustrations should communicate. The copy thrust should be designed to achieve the promotion objectives. Marketers are well advised to let AIDA model, attention, interest, decision, action, help guide message planning. Getting attention is an ad's first job. Marketers must determine what specifically will the customer's attention and how. Attention-getting devices include large headlines, shocking statements, attractive models, babies, online games, and special effects. Billboards are also good for getting attention with a simple copy thrust. This outdoor ad for Colorado wildlands uses a clever display to maximize its attention-getting impact. AIDA, attention, interest, desire, and action. Getting attention is important, but it's only the first stage of the AIDA model. The other three aspects of this model play important roles in message planning. Holding interest is more difficult than getting attention. Holding interest typically involves linking the ad message to something important to the customer, a reference group, core values of the target market, or a person's self-interest. Arousing desire or moving the customer to really want the product is one of the ad's most difficult jobs. This requires knowing how the customer thinks and makes decisions. Sometimes it is helpful to focus on one unique selling proposition, something distinctive about the product that sets it apart from others. Ads are designed to obtain action on the part of the consumers in some form. Some ads encourage consumers to do something that is less risky or demanding than actually making a purchase. Can global messages work? Possibly, in some cases where there are major similarities among consumers for the product all over the world. Usually more targeted ad messages work better than a mass marketing approach. So let's check our knowledge again. A famous athlete is featured in a commercial for a pain-relieving rub that can help soothe muscle aches and pains. He says, "If it works for me, it'll surely work for you." This testimonial is mainly aimed at the interest stage of the AIDA model. The testimonial attempts to persuade a consumer that the famous athlete with sore muscles likes the product, so it will work for your sore muscles also. This is an attempt to arouse desire. Depending on the consumer, you could also argue that this commercial is aimed at the interest stage of AIDA. For that reason, either C or B could be acceptable answers for this question. So the answer is desire or action. Some companies have their own advertising departments that plan and execute ad campaigns. Other firms use outside advertising agencies, specialists in planning and handling mass media details of advertisers. Agencies provide an outside viewpoint and vast client experience. Sometimes they can do the job more efficiently and effectively at lower cost than a firm's in-house advertising department. The advertiser can terminate a relationship if it doesn't work well. Agencies can range from small specialists to large full-service companies. The biggest agencies handle much of the advertising, which is shown here. Many mergers and acquisitions have created these mega agencies. Smaller firms continue to have an important role because not every advertiser has the need or the resources to deal with a huge ad agency. Ad agencies have typically been paid via percentage commission on media and production costs. This straight commission has raised the question, are they paid too much? Some firms pay the agency based on the results achieved. Ethical conflicts may arise if agencies divulge their clients' information to competitors. Measuring advertising effectiveness is often difficult. It is important to remember that the different types of advertising do not always work toward the same goal. Also, advertising effectiveness needs to be considered in relation to specific objectives. For example, an ad campaign that is designed to increase awareness should not be judged a failure because it does not increase the desire for the product. A key element to effective measurement is to quantify and specify the objective of the ad. Success depends on the total marketing mix, not just advertising. The effectiveness of advertising is hard to separate from the effects of other elements of the mix. For example, a great advertisement cannot be faulted for failing to sell a poor product. Research and testing can improve the odds. Marketing managers should try variations on their overall advertising message to see which combination of message variables is the most effective. Hindsight may lead to foresight. What consumers tell marketers about ads and what they remember, both good and bad, should be used as input into the refinement of subsequent advertisements. In most countries, government agencies may say what is fair, allowable, or appropriate advertising. However, these regulations vary greatly from country to country. In the U.S., the Federal Trade Commission, or the FTC, controls unfair practices. Both advertisers and ad agencies share equal responsibility for false, misleading, or unfair ads. Companies that violate the FTC regulations may be required to promulgate affirmative disclosures such as health warnings on cigarettes. Corrective advertising are ads that correct deceptive advertising. Listerine's manufacturer had to run corrective ads to counter its earlier claims that gargling with Listerine would prevent a cold. Green claims must be backed by evidence. The FTC developed guidelines for environmental claims used in brand names and logos, as well as in labels, ads, and other promotional materials. The notion of what is unfair or deceptive is changing. Old-fashioned puffery, which is making exaggerated claims about products as being the best or the finest, used to be accepted practice but is now under increased scrutiny. Supporting ad claims is a fuzzy area, subject to much interpretation. Pre-testing of ads among consumers may uncover possible problems with dubious claims. So here we see a categorization of different types of publicity, including many of the new forms of social media. Publicity is any unpaid form of non-personal presentation of ideas, goods, or services. In thinking about publicity, it is useful to take the customer perspective and consider how the customer obtains the communication. One source involves getting coverage in the commercial press. Many companies use a public relations staff or sometimes an outside PR agency to provide information that makes it easy for the press to write stories about the company. To help make it easier to reach these media, a publicity manager or PR staff often creates press kits to distribute to media. Often they post press releases on the organization's website or on services like prwire.com. Not all publicity relies on mass media message channels. Customers can also find publicity through search, pass along, or experience. Marketers want to be found when customers search. So as we noted, organizations want to be found when customers are searching. They might be found when customers pass something along, like a recommendation or a funny video. Customers might also have some experience with an organization that creates a favorable attitude toward a company or a brand. Customers might get this information by interacting with the company or other customers, or organizations can try to create communications that flow one way, from the firm to customers. Let's consider some forms of publicity that are one way and target customers. Many firms will try to create a useful website. The easier it is for consumers to find information about products, the more likely this source will be used by consumers. Recall that brand websites are more trusted than advertising. Firms can also create videos that can be posted on a website or service like YouTube. Sometimes these videos will go viral and many customers will see them, but this can be difficult. A firm might also create a podcast that customers find useful. Online games that are fun can create a positive brand experience as well. Other tactics are often used to target businesses. Business buyers often want to know a company has solutions to its problem. A commercial white paper is an authoritative report or guide that addresses an important issue in an industry. Case studies describe how an organization helped other customers. Both approaches allow a company to build customer confidence and trust. Customers also learn about an organization by directly interacting with it, or by interacting with other customers. So for example, customers might visit and interact with by posting comments on blogs. The blogs might be created by a company, or they might be written by an expert or other critic. So for example, the Engadget blog posts regularly with information about electronics and gadgets. The blog is not owned by an electronics company. The Sharpie blog, created by Sharpie, allows the most avid fans on the markers to interact. The Home Theater Spot is an online communication and community that allows customers to ask questions about home theater gear. Retailers and many other companies make it easier for consumers to review and rate products. In the B2B space, firms might also use social media to target businesses. There are specialty sites like LinkedIn that businesses people use. It is a kind of Facebook for business. Buying group members might also read blogs or participate in online communities to learn more about solutions for their problems. The exhibit here shows the types of publicity that might work best with some common promotion objectives. Other advertising principles work for publicity. A firm's promotion objectives should guide the choice of tools. Here we can see how some types of publicity might be utilized to obtain specific types of promotion objectives. Publicity works in combination with other promotion tools as part of an integrated marketing and communications program with specific objectives. When developing publicity, marketing managers should also look at copy thrust. Websites, videos, online communities, and other publicity tools all utilize words and images that communicate with the target market. Ethics must guide publicity decisions. Companies need to be careful when treading in a new publicity space. Firms are often easily exposed when they engage in unethical practices. Publicity tools are evolving quickly. Publicity tools are evolving even more quickly than expected. Just a few years ago, customer ratings and reviews were rare. Few people read blogs. But Facebook was only open to people with email addresses ending in edu. Sales promotion includes those activities other than advertising publicity, and personal selling that are designed to stimulate interest, trial, or purchase by final consumers or others in the channel. Sales promotion typically seeks an immediate response. Some of the key issues are that sales promotions can be launched quickly and lead to immediate results. However, the sales promotion objectives and the particular situation should influence the decision about which type of promotion to use. In this chart we see 3 ways that a short-term sales promotion might affect sales. First is sales pattern, where a firm issues coupons to help clear excess inventory. Some consumers might buy in advance, stockpile to take advantage of the coupon, but unless they use more of the product, their next purchase will be delayed. The second pattern is consumption increases during the limited time promotion, but when the promotion ends, sales go back to normal. And then the third pattern, free samples of a product pull in new customers who like the product and keep coming back. This pattern is the kind of long-term result that is the aim of effective sales promotion. More companies are using a greater percentage of their promotion dollars on sales promotion. Sales promotion spending has grown in mature markets, where tough competition requires extra incentives to sell. In spite of the positive impact that sales promotions may have, there are potential problems in managing sales promotion. Does the sales promotion erode brand loyalty? In mature markets, customers and intermediaries may cherry-pick between competing brands to catch the best sales promotion discount at a particular time. Brands in this competitive situation may have little other choice. There are alternatives. Procter & Gamble, for example, has decreased its reliance on sales promotions to intermediaries and moved toward an everyday low price. Sales promotion is hard to manage. It may be hard to transfer lessons learned from one promotion to the next. Sales promotion activities can stimulate demand among people outside the target market. Sales promotion is not a sideline for amateurs. Sales promotion specialists have developed to handle the various tasks, but their efforts need to be coordinated with the overall promotion strategy. Sales promotion is very flexible and can be aimed at final consumers, intermediaries, or a company's own employees. Tying consumer sales promotions to objective. Much of the sales promotion aimed at final consumers or users tries to increase demand, perhaps temporarily, or to speed up the time of purchase. All of these sales promotion efforts are aimed at specific objectives. B2B promotions move products or generate leads. Sales promotion for intermediaries often emphasizes price. The objective may be to encourage intermediaries to stock new items, buy larger quantities, buy early, or emphasize products in local promotion. Techniques include discounts, allowances, and possible sales contests. Owens Corning, shown here in this ad, uses a variety of promotion methods, including advertising, sweepstakes, and other sales promotions to help stimulate demand for its high-quality products. The trade ad above provides a website address and a toll-free number so it will be easy for intermediaries to respond to the ad and get more specific information. Sales promotion aimed at a company's own employees, such as its sales force, often stimulates better service, customer acquisition, support for new products, or attention to the whole product line. Contests, bonuses, awards, and motivational sales meetings are used. So now you should be able to understand why a marketing manager sets specific objectives to guide the advertising effort, when the various kinds of advertising are needed, how to choose the best medium, the main ways that an advertising on the internet differs from advertising in other media, how to plan the best message, that is copy thrust, what advertising agencies do, how to advertise legally, the importance and nature of sales promotion, the importance of and different types of publicity, and the advantages and limitations of different types of sales promotions.